Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, we successfully get all that our blog data. Right now, I don't have any data. Now I want to add this blog data, right? So if you want to add this blog, then again, we have to work in our sidebar. Into this sidebar, first of all, we have to create another route. I simply create another route and I just name it as a add blog. Okay. Now we have to create our route. So if you go to our web, into this web, after that I simply copy it and then I paste it. So now that will be our another name as the add block. So now here only we have to load one of the view page, right? So now that will be as a add blog. I want to update that our URL as a add blog. I want to create one of the method as a add block. Okay, now I want to create one of the method as add block in our block controller. Now go to our block controller. Here after this I simply name it as a public and then function, and our name will be as a add block. Okay, I simply created our add block, which is totally fine. Okay, which is totally fine. And then I want to return it. So I want to return simply one of the view page. So that will be compact. I remove it. Okay, I remove it. And now in our admin, in our blocks folder, now I want to create another new file that will be as a add block. Okay, so now there is a blog ads. This type of another page I want to create. I copy it. And now in our return, in our view, that is our admin blog, here I want to create another new file, and I just simply click as a save as and name it as a blog add.blade.php. Okay friends, so now that will be our total page. So that ad page will be just like our portfolio ad. From the portfolio ad, I copy everything. Okay, copy everything, and now in our blog ad I paste it. So now we'll customize it as per our demand. Like that will be as a blog page. Okay, make it as a blog page. There will be one of the form, because from here we'll insert the data, right? So now there is a portfolio name. First of all, I have to check it. If you go to our database, right now that should be as a category ID. So here I want to load one of the drop down. Okay, that means the select form I want to load. If you go to our theme, if you go to our backend theme, into this backend theme, there is a backend theme, and here right now I want to open it with the index.html. I simply open it. Okay, and now from here I want to get that our select form. If you go to that form and form selected, here you can see there is a select form. So this type of the select form I want to load. If you rather than you can also get it from element.html. So right now I get it from by the inspect. So that is a inspect, and to this inspect you can see there is another select form. So now I want to select this with the edit.html. I copy it, and now in here, okay, I copy it, and now that is our input field. Right now we don't need this any input. I remove this input field and now call sm10. Here I paste it. Okay, I better make it a little bit left side by pressing that shift tab. Okay, now that is appropriate. Now there is a select. Okay, there is a select, and that should be loaded some of the things. So now I name it as a block category. Block category. Okay, block category name. Perfect. And after that our another field will be needed. Another field will be as a title, the image, and the text, right? So for next I want to load that our title, that will be as a blog. Okay, blog title, and blog title, that will be one of the input field, which is totally fine. Here I only want to update that name. Our name, I name it as a blog title. I always actually prefer to use the same name. If you want to change it, you can change it. So that will be our requested field name, right? Now our title, and also here I want to use one of the name for our select form. Into the select form I want to put one of the name, and I just name it as per our database field name as a block category ID. I copy it, so then that will be as a block category ID, block title, and perfect. And now also there is some of the errors. If you want to display some of the error, I hope you already know what exactly the things you have to do. Then that will be our block title error message. Perfect. And then the description, right? Description will be our blog description. I make it the same name as a blog description. So that will be as a blog description. Our text area, here I also loaded one of the editor, that will be as a blog. Okay, blog description. And then that will be as a blog image. So that will be as a blog image. And then our field name for the blog image, I name it as a blog image. I copy it. Now that will be as a blog image. Okay, and then that should be uploaded, that image. Rather than it should be display our no image, right? Default our no image will be display. then that will be our value as insert block data. Okay, insert block data. Perfect. Now that's all. Now that should be loaded. Okay, now that should be loaded. Let's check this out. If you click as a save all in our blocks add page, now I want to go to our backend. Now I refresh it. Now if you go to our add block, okay, if you go to that add block, yeah, you can see it's now successfully loaded everything. Our editor is loaded. I have already discussed about that things with you. Block title is loaded, and you can see that is our selected form. There is a selected form. The images, if you select any image, like I selected, image is also successfully loaded. Great. So right now there is another field we have to add. Another field I have already added that our category ID, the title, image, description I have also added. Only block tags. So tags will be actually one of the multiple data I want to add. Okay, I want to use that multiple data. If you go to our theme, our backend theme, first of all I have to check it. Is there have any button or not? Every maximum, if they have a good theme, there should be some of the references. If you go to that form validation, here they have no option for the tag inputs. If you go to that advanced plugin, here that is our single one. If you add that multiple one, you can see this type of one of the multiple one I want to add. Okay, but here they have no option, only the search, and then when you select it, then that is actually loaded, right? It's called it as a input tag. So if you search into the Google, you will actually get that references, but into this theme right now they have no multiple tags input option. Okay, so that is actually call it as a tags input. So a tags input is like that. If you simply select any data, okay, if you select simply any data, automatically when you click as a enter, automatically that will be loaded. You can insert that multiple one. So if you want to use it in our backend, okay, here I want to take another field. First of all, here the title, after the title I copy it, and then description. Before the description I want to use it, so then that will be the block tag. So that will be the block tags. Okay, so for the block tags right now we don't need to add any validation. All input field will be needed. So if you want to use it, so that is actually call it as a tags input. If you go to your exercise folder, here I have already shared one of the file with you, that is a tags input. If you open it, actually that is very common one of the code. If you search with the tags input bootstrap JS, you can get it like as a tag. Okay, I make it as a tag, so that will be the tag inputs. Okay, that is a tag inputs CSS or CDN. If you search with the tags input CDN, you can see there is a CDN link. If you open it, you will get that CDN. If you want to get that JS file, you can also get it. You can see there is a CDN link for the version right now as the latest version 8. Simply select that version, and from here, if when you copy it, then you will get that bootstrap, and there is a tags input min.js. Okay, so that is will be needed, and also bootstrap tags input CSS will be needed. So that is a simple two of this CDN link. I have already saved it. If you go, you can see there is a tag bootstrap tags input CDN, another one as a bootstrap tags input CSS. First of all, we have to take both of these. I want to take our CSS. Okay, that will be our JS and the CSS, but I first of all copy that CSS, and now we have to use it in our main area. That means in our admin, into this admin, in our admin master, all that our CSS. So here before the toaster, I want to use it. Okay, I want to use that as a bootstrap tags input CSS. Perfect. And also we have to add that our JS. I copy it. And now if you go, all that our JS I have already added in our admin master. Okay, into the last one. Into the last one I want to use it, and that will be as a bootstrap tags input min.js. Okay friend, as I told you, you'll get everything from to this position. Simply search by the name as a tags input CDN. Okay, I show you when you run it, everything will be more clear. So right now I simply support both of this in here. Now that will be executed in our every pages, because in our block add page here you can see I have already loaded our admin master. So into this admin master I loaded our tags input CSS and the JS, which is totally fine. And now here also I want to add on the style. I copy it. So here after that script I simply loaded on the style as a bootstrap tag input tag margin. I write that will be a 2 pixel color. Here I have actually used some of the color. If you want to change it, you can change it, and font wide I make it as a 700. Okay, so that will be very simple because in my theme there has no option for the tag inputs. Rather than you will also get it if you are using the different theme. Like that is our block title and body block tags, right? So now into the input name I want to use it. I want to use that name as per our database field name as a block tags. I copy it. That will be our name as a block tags. Okay, and value I want to pass on the value. Here if you want to pass that value, so that is a value, and for the value default some of the tag I want to add like as a home. Okay, home, and I also make it as a tech. Okay, tech. So that will be our default value. Everything will be more clear. Like I just simply added on the value as a two of this as a home, and then the tech, and then class will be just like that same form control class. Okay, I use that form control class. And then also here type, our type will be as a text. We don't need any ID. Okay, here I want to use another one as a data role. Okay, here you have to use it if you are using that tags input into the data role area. Here we have to add it. Our data role will be as a tags. Okay, tags and then input. Make that sure here you have to use it as a tags input. Okay, tags input. Now let's check this out. I want to click as a save all, and now if you go to our page, now I want to refresh it. You can see it's perfect. Now that is our tags, and now there is a two tags. If you want to close it, you can close it. If you want to add that new one as a Laravel, and if you click enter, you can see automatically you can now able to add that multiple tags. That is a Laravel, React, okay, React, JS, perfect. So now you can able to add that multiple tags. So that is all that our tags that will be displayed in our details page, and that is our tags. Right here I want to display it. Okay friends, so now our form is perfect. How to load some of the input tag. So here I have already shared that total file with you. There is a tags input, and there is a CDN link. Right now I have already shared it. Rather than you can also download it from to the Google. Okay, because I have already discussed about that things with you. If you search with the tags input CDN, so now there is our CDN mean.js will be needed, and bootstrap tag input CSS will be needed. Okay, so now that's all. Now our input tags is successfully loaded. Okay, it's now successfully loaded. Great. So now friend, in our next video I want to do, first of all, I have already some of the category. Right, I have already some of the category. Now I want to get this category name. So that is all that our category I want to do, to load it in here. Okay, so how can do this work in our next video? I will show you that things with a live example. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.